We are drowning in a sea of artificial authenticity. A weathered wood texture here, grainy film filters there. Nostalgia is no longer about memory, but marketing. Brands dust off the past like old records and spin them as if they were new hits. The key trick: making imperfection look intentional. When everything's perfect, you need to sell a little crackle in the signal, a faded font on your website. It gives history permission to exist where it doesn't belong. The past is no longer a place we remember. It's a product we curate. In a world too chaotic to trust the present, we look for signs of authenticity in artificial relics. Old sounds, old fonts, old feelings. All of it stitched together into what we call vintage or a retro. But these aren't memories. They're manufactured emotions sold to soothe our anxieties about change. And we buy them because nothing sells certainty like the illusion of history.
Digital archives offer unprecedented access and preservation potential, but they lack the tangible context of paper records, the ink, the marginalia, the where that reveal how history.
Neil Postman warned that in Technopoly, technology doesn't just change our tools. It rewrites our language and perception itself. Words like freedom, a truth, even history, are now filtered through algorithmic logics. The past becomes raw material for a new ideological packaging. We don't live with history as lived experience. We live under its digital replacement, created by the same systems that claim to liberate us. As we shift memory into machines, the logic of permanence gives way to convenience. Physical artifacts decay naturally. They remind us that time moves forwards. But digital files are curated by engineers who decide what survives. We trust these systems not because they reflect truth, but because they feel efficient. And in their efficiency lies a quiet erasure of complexity. Postman saw it coming. The future would not arrive with clarity. It would come dressed in history. Technopoly doesn't overthrow tradition, it retools it. It offers a progress that is less a movement forward and more a restructuring of what we already are. The past isn't just forgotten. It's repackaged into digestible symbols to justify the present's hunger for control.
So most of us use our AI apps as a smarter search engine, but what is artificial intelligence actually good for? And that is apparently the simple question our next guest sets out to answer. Josh Tieringal is a 12-time Emmy and Peabody Award-winning producer, journalist, writer who has been reporting on AI since 2023. His new book is called AI for Good: How Real People Are Using Artificial Intelligence to Fix Things That Matter. It's all about the potentially...
Photographs once gave us something sacred proof that an event happened in a specific place and time. Roland Barthes called it that, has been a temporal authority so strong we rarely question its truth. But now, with the rise of AI-generated media, this certainty is under siege. Deepfakes fabricate historical moments, reanimating past figures or inventing events that never occurred. The illusion of time is no longer a relic. It's a commodity. We've entered a world where fabricated memories feel as real as any photograph in an old album. Political campaigns use AI to resurrect dead leaders. Advertisers sell nostalgia, lace deepfakes of childhood TV characters. And social media uses are sold algorithmic memories tailored for emotional resonance. The past is no longer something we remember. It's something we're sold. And yet, we don't pause. We trust the image because it looks old enough to be real. Baudrillard predicted this collapse of historical specificity long ago. When simulation outpaces reality itself, truth becomes a performance. What matters is not whether an event happened, but whether we believe in its authenticity. The past has become a product line, and our senses are now just another market segment. The more we simulate the past, the harder it becomes to engage with history as a living memory. We are not just remembering, we are reenacting, curating, consuming. What was once real is now flattened into aesthetic choices, like selecting a font or a color palette for your brand. This isn't nostalgia. This is narrative control. By shaping the past to fit our desires, we avoid confronting its actual complexity and contradictions. In doing so, we lose access to what history might still teach us about who we are. Neil Postman warned us long ago. In Technopoly, truth and wisdom are no longer sacred. They become commodities, stripped of their substance and sold as data points to optimize persuasion or profit. What was once a source of meaning is now just another line item in the ledger of influence. We live in a world where history is not remembered, but manufactured, tailored for emotional impact rather than accuracy. And so we trade the past, whatever it may have been, for the illusion of continuity.